Hello and welcome to this week's Weekly Wind-Up with me, Helen Ashcroft. Today's guest is Brian Grainger. Hello.
Hi.
And you're actually a familiar visitor of mine, aren't you?
I am. It's the second time.
The first time we actually had a discussion over the allotments, didn't we, in
That's
Kirklees?
correct. Yes.
But today it's slightly different because what I would like to talk to you about, because I know you're involved in it, is Honley Show.
Yep.
So, Honley Show, it's quite renowned. How long's it been going?
The first show was in 1921.
Right.
And since that time we've had 80 shows.
Yeah.
Not every year, but we've only cancelled 2 in the recent past. 1 for foot and mouth, and the other one because the weather was appalling.
All right. Okay. Well, I must admit, when you say the weather's appalling, it does have a bit of a reputation that it's always going to rain on Honley Show days. So at this stage, do you have any idea?
Well, we've got a long range weather forecast which said the 11th of June will be bright and sunny.
Fabulous. Well, fingers crossed on
Exactly.
that one.
Yes.
Now, the other thing that I heard, and I'm not sure if this is true, that Honley Show was actually smaller last year. Is that right? Is it shrinking?
No, I don't think it was any smaller at all, but this year it is huge.
Really?
This is the biggest I've known, without any question at all, because we've been struggling to find a space for everything on the show field. I think we've succeeded.
Yeah?
But we'll know better on the 11th.
So what is your role in Honley Show?
I look after the entertainments.
Oh, so when you say entertainment, tell me some of the things that people can get entertained by.
Well, first of all, there's an entertainment non-stop in the main ring.
Right.
And this year the star act is a guy who climbs a huge ladder and gets right on the top of the scaffolding, sets himself on fire and dives into a tank of water.
Oh my goodness me.
3 or 4 times. And his son is a stunt rider on motorbikes. So we have that as well.
Right, so a bit of a stunt show.
Yeah.
In and amongst. Because primarily I thought Honley Show was all about showing off animals and livestock.
Well, it is, without any question.
So you do that as well?
Heavens above, yes. We've got 5 horse rings.
Right.
A large marquee with cattle.
Yeah.
And we also have sheep, pigs, mice, cavies, rabbits,
dogs.
2 dog rings, 3 dog rings in fact, 1 for showing, 1 for springers, and 1 where you can bring your own pets and enter fun and what have you.
Wow. So, and those are judged, aren't they? They're actually judged?
In the show ring, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're judged in all the rings, really.
Yeah.
All the cattle, all the pigs, etc. They're all judged. Oh, yeah, it's quite important.
Right, so that's the livestock side. But coming back to what you were saying, you're in charge of entertainment. So we know about the stunts. What else is available on Honley Show Day?
Well, outside the main ring, the one we've been trying to get for quite a while this year is the Army Junior Assault Course, which was at the Yorkshire Show and was incredibly popular. So we have succeeded in getting it, and it's free for children.
Oh, so it's what people can actually go on themselves, it's not a display?
No, it's purely and simply a junior assault course.
Yes.
Similar to the adult one, but obviously a lot smaller for children.
Okay, so when you say for children, what age can go on that assault course?
We're not quite sure, but probably up to about 12, 13, 14, something like that, early teens.
Okay, and what are the times that Honley Show is open?
We usually get open about 8:30.
Yes.
And it continues as long as the weather will let us. I think last year was about 6:30.
However large or small your business, attracting new customers requires dedication and a lot of patience. Just like fishing, but you also need the right gear. Rods,
reels, lines, hooks, sinkers, lures,
tackle box, tackle bag, net, bait, gas gloves, clothes, pocket knife, lunch.
or you could simply advertise with KLTV. Online, grow your business and your clientele. KLTV, your vision made reality. Should have gone to KLTV.
I do know that when I'm driving to work, sometimes I can see the preparations and you can see the marquees starting to go out. And I must admit, it's quite something to see it from an empty field to the finished showground. But how long does it actually take to put it all together?
We start on the Sunday before the show.
Right.
And the marquees go up Sunday, Monday.
Yes.
And we actually take over, well, not take over, but we start doing all the preparations, marking all the rings out, putting the posts in, fencing them off, deciding where everything's going. And then when all the marquees are in place, then it's much easier to put everything where you need it to go. The problem is trying to imagine what it's going to look like.
Yes.
And you're guessing a little bit.
Yeah.
But once you see it, you know where it can go.
I can see that. So what time did you say it opened again, sorry?
8:30.
And then closed?
Well, it's usually about between 5 and 7.
Okay, okay. And how much is it to actually get in?
£10 for adults and £5 for children on the day.
Yeah.
Before the day tickets, £8 for adults and £4 for children.
So when you say before the day, it is obviously just that little bit cheaper, but it does make a difference.
Yes.
Where can you get your tickets
Well,
from?
there are quite a number of places in Honley, Firth and round about there.
Right.
Yeah. no
Okay,
problem.
okay.
Yeah.
And do you have to pay cash when you actually come, or do they accept?
Not necessarily accept cards.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
goodness, times have changed.
Well, it is new that, yes.
Oh, that's
I think this
brilliant.
is the second year.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I do have to come back to the weather. If it was shocking, do you have any plans of what to do if it is going to absolutely tip it down, but to keep people there and seeing what's going on?
Well, to start with, if it's raining, there are quite a lot of marquees.
Right.
So it's a matter of skipping one marquee to another, really.
Okay.
The main ring entertainment, of course, is in the open air. And we try to plan that between the showers. It's very difficult because we have birds of prey flying.
Right.
And they won't fly if it's raining.
Okay.
They'll go in the trees and
And they don't want to
that's it,
come
you
out.
don't see them again.
I must admit, I wouldn't want to be flying around in the rain.
No.
I have to
But,
say.
there is quite a lot of entertainment other than in the main ring.
Yeah. And like you said, if it is raining, people shouldn't really be put off because there are things to do inside
Oh, heavens
and
above,
things
yes.
to look at.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fabulous. Now, I mean, obviously we haven't had this year's show, but the show will be running again next year.
Yep.
Have you started planning that already?
I haven't started planning, no, because this is my last year.
Really?
But I will. There is a lady taking over the entertainments from me this year, and hopefully I'll help her wherever I can the following year.
So they are actually starting planning the show.
I've always started round about November time.
Right. Okay.
Get it in my mind what I want to do.
Yes.
And then try to book them. If you start later than that, the people you want are already booked by someone else.
Right.
So you have got to start early.
Got to get in early.
Oh, definitely.
So Honley Show, it's worth a visit.
Oh, without any question, yes.
Yeah. And value for money.
Very much so. I mean, I've resigned as entertainment secretary, but I shall still go every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to other shows as well, so definitely I'll go.
Brilliant. Well, as I say, I used to go to Honley Show. It's just recently I've been working on the day that it's been held.
Well,
but
yeah.
I did used to enjoy it. It was one of those shows that just felt good. Well, thank you ever so much for coming on again and having a chat with me. And I really do hope that Honley Show is a success as it usually is.
I hope I might see you there.
You never know. You never know. Please contact us on Twitter at the Weekly Wind-Up, or on Facebook, or even email us. And if you'd like to comment or about this story or any others, we would love to hear from you. So my name's Helen Ashcroft, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye.